Hey guys, welcome to another video. I am Joshua Furs with CombatInsiders.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Today's video is going to be just a little bit different. We're going to talk to Reggie Barnett Jr. He just fought Matt Murphy and won at BKFC 10 just this past weekend. Typically, the focus of the interview and the questioning is the win itself and the fight itself. Unfortunately, and we do touch on that, it kind of took a different turn. We wanted to know why, and by we, I mean a lot of the fans, me personally, want to know why the fight was not televised on the pay-per-view portion of the card, or for that matter, televised anywhere. So I figured I took the questions to the man himself, Reggie Barnett Jr. You're not going to want to miss this. We are here with Mr. Easy E Educated Hands himself, Reggie Barnett Jr. What's going on, my man?
What's up, y'all? Educated hands that are perfectly fine to go again.
They look good, man. They look good.
Y'all like my bling?
I love it.
I'm gonna keep collecting these things too, as long as they let me keep coming beating people up.
There you go. Hey, so obviously we're less than 24 hours removed from BKFC 10, Fort Lauderdale. There was some I don't know, something happened, and maybe you can elaborate on it, maybe you can't. You and Matt Murphy, the fight happened. You guys, from what I understand, because I don't know, I don't know the grand scheme of things. It was supposed to be on the pay-per-view. It wasn't. I know there's probably only maybe so much you could talk about. But is there what happened? Or
I mean, it was just some production stuff that took place backstage that it just forced them to have to change the card. And Dave was just like, "I'm sorry, but I have to make you the prelim bout." And I'll be honest, initially I was a little like, "Damn," and then. Me and my corner, we all talked and we pushed past the personal aspect of it and, the business aspect. I've always been a company man and, I'm going to show up and put out regardless. And so he was like, "Oh, well, they're going to do it on Facebook Live or whatever." I can't even remember what the name I don't even remember what the name of the link they said. And I was like, "All right, well, everybody jump on social media right now and let them know that it's going to be on this. Rather than the pay-per-view." And I was immediately, so that's exactly what we, I'm in the back supposed to be getting ready for the fight. And I was, trying to update my status on every platform that, I'm not fighting on pay-per-view anymore, but it's going to be on Facebook Live. It's going to be on this link. And, so, and then we get ready to fight. And then so I go and, me and Matt Murphy, we fought. I showed up. I did my thing. I got him out of there, like I was supposed to do. I mean, it was a little sloppier. It's like I said, it's been like 9 months since I had been, in the squared circle. So I had a few new tricks and stuff that I was also trying to work on too, and they didn't all turn out the best. They didn't look the greatest, but I pulled quite a few of them off. And I don't even know if people even realized what was happening in there with what I was doing. But regardless of that, after the fight, everybody was like, "We didn't see it. Where's the link?" And I was like, "Hold on, let me see." So now I'm post-fight, trying to figure out where the Facebook Live and all that link is so I can at least share it because, people still wanted to see the fight regardless. Sure. I mean, there were hundreds, if not thousands of people who bought the fight off the strength of me fighting on that card. I mean, my following says it all. I mean, if you go and look at my social media pages and stuff, there were, a lot of people tune in, and I have a following in the sport now. But then we couldn't find the link. We couldn't find any video other than what my fiance did, live right there in the arena, and that hurt. And it didn't hurt for me. It hurt more for the fans. I wasn't disappointed for myself. I was disappointed for the fans, because even though I fight for me and my family and to inspire other people, and first of all, I fight for God. I still fight for the fans. It's about what if there were no fans, then it would just be two idiots inside a square circle beating each other up for money. But
Right.
the fans make it worth it. The love, I got to, take some pictures with kids yesterday and tell them, that, chase your dreams. The moon is not the largest target. I just because everybody's like reach for the moon, and I'm like, no, we're going beyond the moon. It's just, and so when I saw that, it was just like, damn, like, and I almost felt like, what did I do? What did I do to bare knuckle to warrant it? Or, did I say something wrong? Did I carry myself in the wrong way? Um, and from a business perspective, after Dave explained it to me, it made sense as far as why I was bumped off of the pay-per-view. They had a hometown guy who, was, I guess you'll say at the time, more deserving of the spot than I was. But to not have anything to produce for the fans and my followers and the people who generally bought this pay-per-view to see me fight, and then not even see it in any capacity, was just kind of heartbreaking.
I mean, essentially saying like it wasn't anything personal or nothing. It was just.
No, I don't initially think it. I don't think it was personal.
Right.
It was a business. It was a business move, and that's fine. He's got a business to run. Like I said, I've always been a company man. But after the fight, when all of my fans were like, "Well, there was no Facebook Live video. There was nothing on this link that you told us to go to," I was like, "Well, damn, did I like?" Like I said, I was like, "Well, what did I do to not get?" How do you go from fighting for a world title in a 5-round war to absolutely, not even a Facebook Live video?
Right.
And then at that point, I did kind of get in my feelings, and I probably said some things that I shouldn't have said. And for that, I apologize. But at the same time, emotions were running high. It's a little fueled by, the fans or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm a draw for bare knuckle. Nobody can say that I'm not. Even me and the champ were talking, and he was like, "Yo, that's kind of fucked up, bro." He's like, "How you go from fighting me for a world title to not even getting, any kind of airtime?" And I was like, "I don't know, John." I was like, "But I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm still gonna. You see it? It's right there. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and at the end of the day, we know what the next fights that need to be made are anyway." And so we'll see if those fights in itself manifest themselves, and I'll just come back and shine even bigger in that moment. So we can, I don't know. So like I want to honestly just apologize to the fans. I'm hoping in a couple of days or whatever that they'll at least post the fight, to the YouTube page or whatnot, which would still, be great, and everybody would get a chance to see. Like I said, it wasn't the best performance that I've had, but it was still a pretty decent fight. I went at Matt. Like I said, I had some new things that I was trying to use against a bigger person to exploit, and a few of them I pulled off in beautiful passing, and a few of them they look like, holy shit, what the hell is he doing in there? But that's part of this fight game, and that's why why I'm called Educated Hands, because I'm always trying to invent more, create more, learn more within the bounds of bare knuckle, and bring something new to the sport every time that I step in there. So,
well, you touched on it as far as what's next. I was talking with, matter of fact, I was talking with Travis Thompson, and we were talking about it, and I was talking with Tom Schoaf. We were talking during the fight companion that we did last night during the stream. And after the Abby Dat win fight, just my personal opinion here, I think you and Dat needs to happen.
Dat don't want this smoke. We talked about it. We all sat down in the lobby of the hotel last night, and they were talking about it and blah 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 blah. And every time I threw that in Dat's direction, all he did was deflect that shit. Every time.
But what else?
Every time I was like, "You got to fight me. You need to fight me." I even told him, I said, "Hey, if you want to go and fight Johnny and take the belt, I'll come." I said, "Go ahead and try. And if you do take it from him, I'll just come take it from you." But in all honesty, it ain't even really about the strap. It's about, you know, still putting on great fights and building more demand for, you know, and it makes sense. Me and him fighting, it does. But you know, we'll see if it manifests itself. I'm not gonna go into the many what is the word I want to look. I don't know. Just he had so many different like counter put offs to, you know, when I mean even some of the bare knuckle people are coming over like, yeah, you know, you need to fight Reggie next, and he's like, oh no, I have this, you know, and then a couple are like, no, the fight that makes the most sense is you and Dat, and Dat would be like, oh no, I don't, you know, it was a bunch of stuff. But with all due respect, the fans know, the world knows that 2 wins does not against one Travis Thompson, who I beat a lot more thoroughly than you did, you know, and granted he had an incredible knockout of Abby, you know, and I still love and respect both that and Abby. That was a whirlwind fight in 2 minutes, you know. So, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, 2-0, I had to fight 3 fucking people to get my title shot. I had to go through a whole tournament. So you come in and beat 2 people, one of which I've already beat, and think that earns you a spot at the champ. No, I'm still in my heart, in my mind, and I believe in some of the fans in the heart's mind, ranked number 1 underneath the champion. So to see him, you got to go through me.
Do you think because you know leading to up to the event with Abby and Dat, there was a lot of talk. I don't know if it was just like banter between them or if it was like something official, maybe that, you know, Dave put on the books or something. I don't know. So I won't speak how official it was, but I heard that whoever won that fight was going to get the title fight with Bedford. And like I said, I don't know if that was just them two. You know, I don't know if that was just Abby and Dat trying to hype the fight up a little more and say, "Oh, one of us is going to get the title next. Whoever wins this fight." You know, I don't know, or I don't know.
I mean, like I said, there was a lot of stuff said, you know, and a lot of jeers and jabs thrown out when we were all sitting down in the hotel lobby. And I don't want to, like, I guess, overstep my bounds in retrospect to that. So, in Dad's mind, he believes that he deserves a title shot now. You know, in my mind, I believe you need to beat me in order to get that title shot. And in all truth, Johnny Bedford himself said it. He was like, "No fucking way, he's coming for Brad. He should have to fight you first." You know, it came straight out of the champ's mouth. So, but you know, but I don't make the matches. I don't make the rules. I just play by them. So, well, I try to play by them the best of my ability. So we'll see what transpires. And like I said, to me, it doesn't even really matter. And it doesn't even matter about the belt. You know, I think that's where I went wrong in that title fight anyway. I was so consumed in having to win a title, I forgot what the fuck I was fighting for. Excuse my language. You know, I'm fighting bare knuckle because that's what I love to do. You know, and I'll always be grateful to have the platform to be able to fight bare knuckle on a legal level. You know, because if push came to shove, you know, if I didn't box, I would have took my black ass back down south and started doing, you know, the underground ones in the parking garages and shit like that. And I have a family to feed. I'm gonna do what I need to do with my 2 hands to take care of my family. But we'll just have to wait and see. You know, time will tell. But either way, that has to fight me. I want to fight the best. The best should fight the best. If that believes he's one of the best in bare knuckle, then the world believes that I'm also one of the best too. Even though I lost to Johnny, people don't look at it as, oh, he's a crappy fighter. He's not. And, you know, that was a hell of a fucking fight. And they know that I'm still a great fighter. And it doesn't matter who you put me in there with. I'm going to freaking bring it every time.
Well, and
so I want to fight him on the strength of being, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, sir.
No, you go ahead.
I said, I not on the strength of a championship. I mean, everybody's like, oh, does Matt Murphy's, you know, you beat Matt Murphy, you know, guarantee you another fight against the champ? You're going to I was like that. I could care less about that. I want to make sure my family is taken care of and fed and go out there and perform for the fans and fight the best fighters in my weight class.
Yeah.
that deserve, the fights.
Yeah. Hmm.
I would always my biggest fear is politics infiltrating bare knuckle like it did boxing, and that can't happen at a young stage,
Mm.
because we know how boxing is politics, baby. We don't want to see that. And in bare knuckle, you want the best of the best to be fighting the best of the best according to when it's time for them, for the fights to actually happen.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, MMA has done a better job than traditional boxing has in terms of politics. I mean, it's still there, but
Of course.
not as bad as boxing. I mean, like UFC, as big as they are, they've done a pretty good job. I mean, there's some hits and misses with that stuff, but I'd say for the most part, they've done a great job. To pull back around to
Yeah.
something else I was thinking about too, the trajectory that I see in my head, not to make this a broken record, but Bedford's talking about fighting Lobov. He's talking about fighting Lobov. He's talking about fighting Jason Knight.
That's because he want that money.
He wants.
And in all honesty, you can't be mad at him. He got a family to feed too.
No,
We're not. This is blood sport right here. We deserve to be paid what we're worth. And if that's his way of getting the money fights, then I don't knock Johnny for that. I think him and Artem Lobov, I think him and Jason Knight would be a better fight at the end of the day. And that would be a more, exciting, contested fight, so.
Like I said, that ties up the champ. What is Dak going to wait? If that is the case, and he's fighting Bedford next. If that's the case,
I can't speak for that. I can't. I can't speak for that. So I'm not really sure what his plans would be in that retrospect. So like I said, we'll just have to. They said they're doing a show every month but one.
Yeah.
It was only 1 month out of the year, and they said 2 internationally. So
talking about Manchester and I think maybe
shit, I always want
Mexico City.
I got friends. I got friends in England. I got friends in Mexico. So I got friends all over the country. People that not people that you just could communicate with on social media. No, these people have been in my gym here in America. They've trained with me. They've sweated with me, and then they've gone back home to their home countries and taken a little bit of that 757 boxing spirit back with them. So I make noise anywhere I go, pretty much. Am I like a super draw over in Europe? No, I'm not going to sit here and say that, but I still have a fan base over there. I got a fan base in Africa. I don't really know anybody personally. I don't know nobody in Africa personally, but I have a fan base in Africa. Those kids send me messages and ask me for training tips, and it's like, I have a fan base in Mexico. They send me messages in Spanish, and I'm like, babe, what does this say? Because I don't understand it. I'm lucky I'm married to an Hispanic woman.
How important is that to you?
What?
Having those the fan interactions and having people, send you love and stuff like that. Like how
that's what it's about. Like that's what I'm like. Last night, there was a group of kids. I think there was like 8 of them, and they all came over. And 2 of them were real little, and I don't think they understood the capacity of what I was telling them when I spoke. And they're like, "Can we get a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I always tell the kids after I take a picture with them, or I talk to them, I tell them, whatever you want to be in life, whatever you have your heart set on doing, I said, chase it, and don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't be anything that you want to be. Just know that at some point you'll have to make some sacrifices to get to where you want to go. And if you're willing to work hard and make those sacrifices, you will get there. And I tell them all the time, I'm a living testament to that. I'm a walking living testament to that. I tell them, dream big, chase your stars, and don't let anybody. And to me, that was more important than the TKO. It's not just about fighting. It's about building a lasting legacy that has a positive effect on human whatever you want to call it, you know. And like I said, I'm grateful that Dave gave me the platform to do that. You know, and so I want to continue to do that, but I have to be in the fans' eyes. They have to see me, you know, walking and living and being this testament of redemption in order for me to project that message. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
Huh?
Makes
You
perfect.
know my story. You know, where are we going on? What? I almost kind of stopped. It's either 5 or 6 years of sobriety now. You know?
Yeah.
Most people that went through what I went through are, a lot of them are dead, back in prison, or back strung out, addicted to something, or drinking or something. You know, it took a lot of sacrifice and hard work and love from my support system to get to where I am. And so I want to project that back into the community, especially in the world we live in today, where 9 times, even if you're doing the right thing, you're damned. You know, somebody's got an opinion about that shit.
Yeah.
You know how much that tears somebody down when they feel like they're doing the right thing, and then somebody who comes in who knows nothing at all about what the hell is going on. And it's like, oh no, you like me and somebody were talking the other day, and you could be giving away $1 million, just giving it away, and some stupid, excuse my language, stupid asshole is gonna come over and be like, hey, you're giving that $1 million to the wrong person.
100%.
Am I wrong?
You're right. You're 100% right.
That's the world we live in.
You're right.
So I want to be the complete opposite of that. If you got something in your heart you want to do, you got a dream or whatever, go get it despite what other people tell you what is and isn't possible. Because for me, that's what happened. I let other people affect me so much at a certain point in my life that I broke myself down so low that I couldn't even function enough to be there for my family and my kids and stuff. And so being recovered from that hopeless state of mind and body and able to go out there and perform at that level every time, I want to let people know why I'm there. And that if there's anybody who's struggling somewhere, they have a route that you can get there. And if there's somebody who's young who may hit a roadblock, this is how you get around it before you get there. You know, I was straddling the fence and there was nobody to pull me off to the right side of that shit. You know, and so I just jumped off the left and left a trail of just horrible crap. You know, and it took a long time to, you know, pull myself in and get my life together. And so if I can use my talent to be a representation of what God can do for you and what you can do for yourself, if you're willing to put in the work, believe, and make the sacrifices, then hell yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm sorry I went off on a little ramble. I'm just really passionate about that shit. Everybody always gets so wrapped up in the fighting and, you know, the blood and but there needs to be a message in this shit.
Sure. Yeah. I agree, man.
You know? It's great that we have great fighters that, you know, and showmen or whatever, but it needs, for me anyway, I can't speak for anybody else. There's a higher reason to why I'm doing bare knuckle. There's a higher reason why I'm fighting in any capacity. Because at the end of the day, all it takes is one good shot. I swear to God, yo, I was in tears for all of like 30 seconds because I thought Abby was dead.
It was you know,
I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't know if I should have said that on record or whatever. I mean, but that's what the fans want to see. And that's what they love, and that's fine. So, and Abby puts his life on the line for that. So whatever message, whatever positivity that Abby has to bring, you know, to put back into the world, regardless of being knocked out. And he did, you know, he took his L like a champion. He made his post, and that's what it's about. Win, lose, or draw.
Right.
You know? So everybody wins. The fans got to see a great fight, a horrific knockout, but perhaps, you know, Abby will learn from this and then also become a stronger person, and in hopes that it will make stronger people, you know, for generations to come. So bare knuckle is not just making an impact on the combat sports community. Bare knuckle is making an impact on the world in itself. That's the way I look at it. I don't know, that's just for me. I can't speak for anybody else. But I have countless people who come to me and they're like, bro, I heard your story, what you've been through, what you've done. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you inspired me to do this and that. And this is what I want to do all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And and I'm like, yes, I'm on the right path. I'm doing, so let's keep fighting. Let's keep win, lose, or draw. Let's keep fighting so we can keep getting the message out.
100%, man. 100%. I don't even know that's an amazing. You do have an amazing story, man. And I tell you what, just to touch back the thing with Abby, it was a little scary, but you're right. He handled it like a champ, and I have no doubt in my mind he's going to take that L. He's going to grow from it. He's going to learn from it. He's going to come back.
But that teaches other kids that relate to him. That teaches other people who are fans of him how to deal with shit, how to overcome it, how not to cop out. So it wasn't just about the fight. There's a lesson to be learned in all of it. But if we don't project those lessons from it, then you can't learn what's not taught to you.
Very simple and very true.
And sometimes the teacher is not somebody from the outside. Sometimes the teacher is you in itself. When I was in prison, I educated myself in any fashion that I could. I wrote a little poem, and I got booed off stage or whatever because we had a little presentation thing. I'm not going to that. But I told him, I said, well, y'all are in here just pumping iron. I'm pumping my mind. I'm expanding it, so that I could come out here. And look, I got somebody messaging me right now. Congratulations. How do I see your fight? What do I tell them? I don't know.
Reggie, well, I know you got some stuff to do, man. We don't want to hold you up too much longer, but real quick before you go, is there any idea, when's the next time we can see you again, or as far as like your next fight? Is there a timetable?
Bare knuckle?
Yeah, anything.
All right, well, so I'm boxing down in Fayette, North Carolina. Hopefully, we're waiting to see what the damage and extent of everything was going to be from this weekend. Hopefully, Michael Williams Jr., a very up and good prospect in boxing. He's got his homecoming card in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I think it's the 21st or the 24th. It's like I said, it's one of those weekends in the 20s. So, and I'm good. I'm good to go. So ain't no suspensions, no nothing. So I'm ready to rock. So we're gonna look tomorrow to see if we can solidify opponent and the WBF title for that fight. I'm trying to bring another boxing title back. I came in with one, and they made me vacate because I did do bare knuckle. So I'm trying to get me another one of the little alphabet belts to bring back with me over to bare knuckle. Dave said May. Like I said, I probably, said a few things out of my feelings that I probably shouldn't have, but after the way everything transpired, like I said, I was more sad for the fans than I was for myself,
Sure.
so hopefully May. The thing about it is that my child's due in May. So I'm having a baby in May,
Wow.
and then I talked to Scott Burt last night and he's like, well, they're doing one in New York in July. I'm like, shit. I would rather fight right there in Belfast, in the birthplace of the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame. So maybe July. Really, it'll be tentative to Dave, and just how he feels about how everything has transpired. And I'm cool with that. I'm going to continue to be a company man, and I'm going to continue to promote the business and tell the fans my story and why I'm here and what he's done for me and because for me that's and in between that's what I've been doing the whole time, and I'll continue to do that, and in the meantime I will use my talent to the best of my ability, whether it's boxing, MMA. I was even thinking about taking a kickboxing or a Muay Thai match just to test myself. Those are like my weakest fucking sports, anytime I've ever been knocked out in MMA has been a head kick. But like I said, I like to challenge myself. I like to test myself as a combat sportsman. So I don't know. we'll just see what's coming down the road. I know I'm fighting next month in March, and then they were talking here at home having a tribute fight for Pernell Whitaker, who was always
Yeah,
one of my idols. I
yeah,
trained with him when I was a kid,
yeah.
so they were talking about having a tribute card for him in April. So they said me possibly co-main eventing it. So
That would be cool.
if that option is thrown on the table, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. And that
Yeah,
was one
yeah,
of, I mean, the base of my southpaw fighting style is built, from him and my father. So hell yeah. And then we'll see how bare knuckle plays out. Who's gonna fight who or whatever. Like I said, it's not even really about the title. I want to fight the best. Right now, if you want to say ranking wise, it should be Johnny, Reggie, Dat, Abdul, Travis, and so on. Those should be the rankings in bare knuckle. And so we want to see. I hope the fans want to see the best fight the best in the appropriate time, man. And we'll see if that happens. If not, I'm not gonna be upset. I'm gonna keep plugging away at this thing, and do what I do best, inspire other people, and continue to shine, and spread my message to the world.
Well, Mr. Easy E, we appreciate your time, man. It's an absolute pleasure
Thank you.
whenever you come
I'm
on.
sorry if I rambled on a little bit. I do want to leave with my quote, which I say is, we're not limited by the manifestations created by the world around us. We're only limited by the manifestations that we create for ourselves. And I am walking testament to that. So
100%, man. 100%. Well, we appreciate you.
thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, man.
I love you guys, Josh. We'll be in contact. We'll work out, the other things we were discussing as far as linking up and going to a couple shows together. I would definitely love to do that.
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it.
All right. I hope to you fans, I hope you got a little bit of answers, and hopefully within a day or so, we'll see the fight at least posted to YouTube. So the people who had originally bought it, will at least get to see me fight in some capacity. And if for now there's a fuzzy Facebook video that my beautiful wife took, so I shared it. So if you want to go look on my page, it's up there. And we'll just go from there. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I'm going to take my 2 days off, and I'm right back in the gym on Thursday.
There it is. All right, my friend, everybody, Reggie Barnett Jr., take it easy, my friend. And
Thank you for having me on, man. I'll definitely be in touch.
Our pleasure, buddy.
Later.